think we can work with that. So, welcome to my next video, and it's gonna be a short one, but it's gonna be a real one. I just want to speak what's on my mind lately and how this journey is moving forward. So it's gonna be a raw video. It's gonna be just me talking about my starting point and tell you guys what it's like to start something that's in your mind for so many years and try to get that vision out in the world despite all things that happened around. You know, you have family, you have appointments, you have a to-do list, and yeah. So right now I'm sitting at my not finished home office. As you can see, there are lights standing in the background, the walls are not finished. It looks like a bomb just went off in here. That's also something that's on my mind lately, the starting point. And I think this completely chaotic home office is the perfect analogy for it. It works, but it's not pretty. And that's exactly the point I'm at right now. So let's start with networking. So there's not some fancy rich family connections or investors lining up or just this is not Silicon Valley. It's just me in my tiny home office trying to get the vision I have in my head for I don't know how long, 20 plus years, to get it out in the world. From networking to team, there is also no team. So it's just me. I have no co-founders, I have no employees, I have no one who shares this dream in a way that we can say, okay, we can work together. And it's just me fighting the fight with no assistants or social media people, so it's all just me. And I have this undying vision that's haunting me for so many years to get it out, and I can't let this idea die. So I will do it anyways. I want to get it out there regardless of the things that stand in my way. When we talk about investors, we can also talk about finance. Right now, every cent I have is going into this startup. Everything that's not going into the startup is just there to keep me afloat, to pay my rent, to shop groceries, get gas for my car. That's it. So that's going completely into the startup. So I'm 100% in. Skin in the game, no fancy talk bullshit. It's just me throwing everything I have at that project. That can be quite scary because you're in survival mode, but also you have to be in creative mode. So you have to combine everything. And what this does to me and my thought process is simply, there is no option for failure. So I have to keep it alive. I have to bring it out in this world. And yeah, there's also no one like pulling strings from me, like making appointments or anything. It's just me, you, and the camera in between. And yeah, I really appreciate you when you're still watching the video. Yeah, the videos are like 100 views, but for me that's a lot. And when I think about 100 people right now in this unfinished home office, it's quite a lot of people. So it's all about perspective, right? So the project is a space tourism company. It's a place where people come together who are excited about space, be part of a community, get the feeling that they are not alone, and they can experience space here on Earth and be part of something greater. And for this project, it's a space project. One might think, okay, do you have some kind of academic background? Do you have an MBA? Do you have any kind of study or something like that? No. Just no filter? No. I don't have an academic background. There's no shortcuts. There's no connections to other students or universities or alumni networks, the typical things. There's nothing of it. So I'm a completely outsider, and people probably wouldn't expect someone like me, someone who's just been a regular soldier, a regular dude for the last 12 years, to even try not even start it, even try something like that. So why am I doing this? Why am I not just like, okay, I have very much experience in leadership and other fields of expertise? Why don't I get like a good job out in the economy and build my life around that? It's one part because I just can't let this idea die. And it's also, I want to prove to myself, and maybe also show someone who's watching, you don't have to have everything lined up. You don't have to have a silver spoon, figuratively speaking, to go for something big, to follow your heart against the odds. And believe me, I told myself so many lies over the past weeks, months, years, that I'm not the right guy to start it, that I have not enough experience to start it, that I'm not have enough knowledge to start it. And when you're repeating these lies over and over and over and over again, the dangerous thing is that you start believing your own lies. And that's something I struggled a lot with in the last weeks, months, and years. But there are days you can't let that win over you. You have to win over your doubts. There's no other way to prove yourself what you're capable of. And maybe it's a crazy idea. Maybe I will fail. But for me, it's better to try it, because even trying it opens a few more doors I haven't even thought about, than to just stand in the sidelines and just looking back at 80 years old. That's a coffee machine if you hear it. Looking back at 80 years old and asking myself, what if? And this thought really terrifies me, because the thing about regret is that it's tied to time and you can't turn back time. Regret, for me personally, is the most harsh feeling that you can have, because there's no way that you can get rid of it. But I believe in it. I have to believe in it, even if no one else is believing in it. So yeah, there's also this thing that when you try something new, and maybe you are watching this, also want to try something new or start something new, well, people saying to you, hey, that's a big dream, maybe it's impossible, or maybe it's not for you, you have so much talent, don't waste it, maybe it's the wrong timing, maybe there's no market for it, all this yada yada yada. I'm not saying I'm not questioning myself, and I'm not saying I'm not questioning my ideas. This boat in water, and it's in the water, it's floating, but once it gets water inside, it's sinking, not because of the water from the outside, it's sinking from the water of the inside. And that's exactly what these type of sentences and these type of words do to your mindset if you give in to them. You can't let that happen. What I want to tell you with this video, my starting point is not the typical starting point. It's just me walking this path of getting the vision I have for the future, not only my future, but the future for us all, out there. I don't have much now, but what I have now are discipline and determination and a vision. And that's just the road less traveled, which I decided to walk on. Let's see where it goes. For now, I'm working with little steps toward my goal, and the next goal is to find a team, to find my Avengers, to find people who share the dream, who want to work on that vision, help me get that vision into reality. So that's it for now. Last thing I want to say is a message for my future self. So if you're watching this, maybe you made it, maybe you're still fighting, but keep going. You made it so far, and this vision is too important to let it die. So thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one. Take care.